Hey friends, today we're going to be talking about subtraction. So here are a few vocabulary words we're going to be working on. Okay, the minuend is the total, like the big number, okay, that we're going to subtract from. The subtrahend is the number we are subtracting, and then the difference is like our answer. So if I would ask you to find this difference, you would subtract 14 minus 8 to get 6. If I were to ask you to find the subtrahend, you would subtract 14 minus 6 to get that missing partner 8. And if I were to ask you to find the minuend, what you can do is that inverse operation we're going to talk a little bit about some more later on this week, where we can do 6 plus 8 to give us 14. Let's review our poem we talked about today. More on the top, no need to stop. So if we have 8 taking away 5, there's more on the top. We don't need to stop. We can just subtract 8 minus 5, which is 3, and 5 minus nothing, which is 5. More on the floor, go next door and get 10 more. So if we have 5 taking away 8, there's more on the floor. So we have to go next door, take 1, give 10. So once we've regrouped, we can go ahead and subtract. And then the last part of our poem, numbers the same, zero's the game. So when the numbers are the same, 8 minus 8, if I have 8, I can still give you 8. That number 0 will help represent what we have left, okay? And then we can just simply subtract 5 minus nothing, which is still 5. All right, let's practice over here. So Sarah lives 32 miles from the zoo. Ling lives 15 miles from the zoo. How much farther from the zoo is Sarah than Ling? When we compare, friends, we're going to subtract. So echo, when we compare, we subtract. Good. Okay, and so what we can use is a place value chart and place value models to help represent this. So unlike addition, instead of writing 32 and drawing out 15, we're actually going to take 15 away. And so we look over here, we're going to go ahead and represent 32 with 3 tenths and 2 ones. Okay, and we're going to start with our ones. Remember, always start with the ones. Say that real loud so people at home can hear you. Start with the ones. Good. And if I have 2, can I take 5 away? No, I only have 2, right? So I'm going to have to take a 10. I'm left with 1, 2 tens. So I take 1, and then I can't just take it, I have to also give 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So now instead of just 2 tens, I have 10 and 2, which is 12. Now that I've regrouped, I have enough to subtract. So let's go ahead and take away 5 ones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, which leaves me with 12 minus 5, which is 7. And take 1 more 10 away, choop choop, which leaves me with 2 minus 1, which is 1. All right, let's practice with a problem that has the hundreds place. So Andy has $215. He spends $62 on a video game. How much money does Andy have left after he buys the video game? So we know what he starts with, 215. That's going to be our big number, our minuend, and we're going to subtract the subtrahend, what he spent, $62. So here we go with our place value chart. And I'm going to go ahead and show you what this looks like. So I have 215, count with me, 100, 200, 210, 211, 12, 13, 14, 15, okay? I'm going to go ahead and start, and I'm going to see, I have 5 ones. Start with the ones. Remember, we're going to take 2 away, and I'm left with 5 minus 2, which is 3. Okay, now I have 1 10, but I'm trying to take 6 tens away. So I can't do it. So what do we have to do? Go next door and get 10 more. Very good. So I'm going to take 100. And I'm left with only 1 now. But I'm going to give 10 tens to keep that same amount. So here we go. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. So I just regrouped and made my new, I took 100 and I am giving 10 tens to my 1. So if I have 1 and I'm going to give 10 to it, I actually have now 11 tens, and now I can go ahead and subtract. So I'm going to take 6 of them away. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So 11 minus 6, which is 5. And I'm going to have 1, take nothing away. I still am left with 1. So Andy would have $153 left. All right, friends, great job working so hard and listening tonight. We're going to continue practicing subtraction with and without regrouping all week. If you have any questions, email me, but we're going to go ahead and practice in Schoology tonight for homework. Okay, great job.